Welcome back to our responsive website journey. Did you ever wonder why some websites make you want to scroll further, while others, well, let's just say they don't quite capture the magic? The secret lies in the hero section, that eye-catching area right at the top of a web page. It's like the cover of a book, but for websites. And today, we're going to make sure your website's first impression is nothing short of heroic.
So continuing where we left off, we were building the header section of this web page. As you can see, it's about soccer or football as it's called in other parts of the world. So we have the header right here, right? That's what we worked on yesterday. As you can see, it's not much of a difference. It is gray, but that's because we haven't added the hero image. So next up, we need to add the hero section. And we'll start by, with this subtitle text, you could call it, that's above the H1. So let's copy this. Like I mentioned yesterday in the first part of this series of videos to build this responsive website, we need to take into account always the elements, the HTML elements we want to add to our index.html file. Yeah, the index.html file, which is right here. So we have the header, which you built yesterday, and now we're going to continue with the hero section. And for this one, I'm going to use a div. I'm going to call it ID hero. Let's close that tag. Another div. This is for the container. And like I mentioned yesterday, this is very similar to what Bootstrap uses. So inside the container, we're going to have two columns. We have the left column and we have the right column. So let's do that now, just like the header section. As you can see, we had our first column and our second column. So let's keep doing that. Column 1, self-closing and HTML tag. Column 2, oops, left that quote at the end. Let's not have that. And why don't we start with the easy part, which is, well, the hero image. It's right here. We're not going to download it. We're just going to reference it. So that needs to be part of the hero section. What I'm going to do is add the style. No, let's not use the style. Let's go to our styles file. So this is the header. Let's make sure to always add comments. Header section. You could call this global CSS. And then after the header section, we're going to add obviously the hero section. So let's do that. And we have our hero. We're going to add a background image using the URL value inside of the parentheses what we copied, which is this image that comes from the hero section. Let's put this on the, yeah, I don't like having it on the right side. So we copied it. Let's add a background position center, background size cover, background repeat, no repeat. And since we don't have any content, we only have the hero image, nothing's going to show up. As I just refreshed, nothing's showing up because we need to add content so that the hero section expands and we can see the image. So let's add this soccer player or football player. So again, like I said, we're not going to download stuff. We're referencing everything from that website because we did not make that. I did not make that web page or website. So hero column 2, that's where we're gonna add it. So let's do something. Image source, add the link to that image. I'm just gonna add soccer player as the alternate text. Let's close that image tag. So we know that it's inside. The image tag is inside of the second column. We're gonna add a max width. Well, when we just take a look at this, it's 526 when we hover over it with the browser inspector. I'm using Google Chrome, by the way. It says 126 width, 526 width. And let's add display flex. So we're gonna keep using Flexbox to position columns and elements inside of columns as well. Center. I don't know if that's gonna exactly work, but we're just gonna try. As you can see, it's there, but it's center because we had added the content for the first column. And we'll make sure this is not gray in a bit, because as you can see, it's the header, then the hero section, when in reality, the header should be on top of the hero section. And we'll change that in a bit. So for the first column, I keep having, let's remove this. I want to make sure you guys see what I'm writing, what I'm coding. So we got the subtitle, and I'm gonna call this text container. You don't have to do this, I think. Text container. Then the p tag with that text. Let's add a class to select this paragraph tag. We're gonna call this class value of subtitle 1. Then we have the header, but you can see it's different colors. So inside of the text container, div tag, add the h1. Let's add a break tag. Since this is going to be colored red, let's add a span around it. Span tag. Then another subtitle. We're going to keep using the paragraph tag. I'm going to call this one subtitle 2 of the class value. Did this copy correctly? Yeah, it did. And then the button, right, which just says learn more. So let's create a link tag with the href. It's not going to go anywhere because this is just we're only building the web page, one web page, which is a home page. Area label. Let's never forget to add the area label attribute, which is for accessibility. Learn more, and then we need to add the arrow pointing right, just like it's shown here. Let's see, yeah, this is. I think they're using font awesome for the icons, or it says B arrow. I'm not sure what they're using. Let's remove these images. Go to flat icon. I'm gonna download. We're gonna search for right arrow. So let's just, this is, I don't like that one. It's too thick. What color should it be? I'm just gonna go with black. And we'll change. We're gonna do 32 pixels. We're gonna add it to the images. So we're gonna add the right arrow to the images folder, which is inside the assets folder. Close the image, add the image tag, the value of dot assets images folder, and then right arrow. Let's close the image tag. Let's not forget to add the alt text of right arrow icon, you could say. And let's refresh the page. There we go. Well, that really changed quite a lot. And that's because we haven't added the styling to both columns. So hero container display flex row wrap. Should we align them center? I don't think so. Flex start. And let's say justify content space between. We may need to change this value or just remove this whole property. We'll see. There we go. It looks much better. Let's start adding the styling. Oh, we forgot to add the width for each. Let's remove this first. We're going to add a width 50%. Let's add no wrap to the container and also width 50%. So they're both the same size. So column 1 with 50%, column 2 with 50%. Let's start adding, let's align item center. Refresh, not that one. What is going on? Well, we'll do that in a bit. Let's also add display flex. Flex flow column, no wrap. And then align items center. I don't think we even need that one. It could just probably work. Nothing's happening. What's going on? What is going on? So we got a problem. Yeah, sorry, we did not add the max width as well to the container. So why don't we add the max width to all the container classes? So it's this one. Container max width. We need to add margin 0 auto. So margin 0 auto. There we go. Let's start adding the styling of the text. So I see here letter spacing 2 pixels, uppercase hero class text container. What are we gonna do? So subtitle 1, text transform uppercase, color white, and then border radius 50%, I think is right. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing right now. Then background color, because it has that gray background color, And I don't want to guess for this. I'm going to use the actual background color. Let's move this up, go to compute it. Background color, it's right here. 248, 249, 250. RGBA 248, 249, is that right? 250. Last one for the opacity, 0.1. That is not looking good. I need some padding like that. Just add, yeah, that looks much better. It'll look better in a sec. It also, it's the font styling is not correct. Let's go back. This should just be 20 pixels. Padding is very important. Since we already have the design, let's use the padding from the design. In this case, it's just a web page. Padding top 5 rem, padding bottom 5 rem. So the first value is the top 0.5 rem, and then 1 rem for the left and right. There we go. It's looking better. And let's not forget to add max width fit content. That looks great. And then just write it over here. Max width fit content. Add the next styling. Text transform uppercase. Let's copy this. We're just going to choose the H1 inside of the hero section, which is inside the text container. Font size 72, I think I saw. 72, font weight 800, line height 86 pixels. Let's not forget text transform uppercase. And then remember, we're going to add the color white. Let's not forget that inside of the H1 heading there is a span tag, which is to make it a color red. That one. Yep, this one. We're going to get the hex value, which is the same color as this, but in highlight or hover effect color. Did we save it? I think we did. There we go. Looking much better. There is margin bottom, 24 pixels for the subtitle, the first subtitle. How much did I say? 24 pixels. As you can see, I have great short-term memory. Okay, what's next? It's not centered, right? We'll fix that in a sec. What is next? And obviously the font family is different for this. Let's add this. Let's focus on these values for so after the H1 heading, we choose a subtitle 2, font size 20 pixels, line height 30 pixels. Put that at the top. Color white. Looking good. There is a margin of 30 pixels for the H1 heading. Let's add that. And then what else? Now let's do the button. I think we're going to have the same effect as the slanted to the left. The actual text div, text which is wrapped in a div has this text transform. I can just find it. There we go. Transform skew. So it it's skews it or changes it to be to the left and this one to the right. So it corrects itself, the text. I think they are doing the same thing here. So the buttons, we don't ever wanna, I don't like using for all the links, I don't like them having the text, the underline. So let's remove that by text decoration unset. Where is the other? Never mind. There we go. Text decoration. So since we're adding this all links to have a text decoration of unset, meaning we don't want them underlined, I removed it over here for each link in the navigation. So let's hover over here. It has some padding. Let's go over here to the computed area of the inspector. Font size 18 pixels. Where is it? Okay, we need to add it. We need to select the button. Hero, text container, link, font size 18 pixels. Let's not forget to add display flex, flex flow, of row or wrap, align item center, justify content center. What else? A font weight of 500. What else? Letter spacing of 1 pixel. Line height 28. Let's not worry about the margins right now. Here's the padding, 48, 16 and 48. So 16 for top and bottom, and then 48 for left and right. Whoa, what is going on? What just happened? Yeah, I think it's the display flex. That is very odd. Oh, I see what's going on. It's the image inside of the link. We need to add, let's select the image inside of the link. Let's add a max width of, I don't know, 30 pixels. There we go. We need to not center it. Let's remove this. Just like that. Color, oh, let's add the background color. Just this one. Just like that. Color. No, not that one. This is for hover. White. Color black. Yep, looking good. That yeah, this is really small. So the image should just be 19 pixels. Let's add a slight margin. Yep. Margin left of 8 pixels. So to the left of the image, the margin left 8 pixels. That's good. Why did it not? Oh, we forgot to add text transform uppercase. Much better. Then add that slant. That's transform skew. You see it, they did add it right here. I'm gonna copy this. They're adding it to the link. What is the value? 15 degrees. So right here, the value is 15 degrees. Did it do it? It didn't do anything. It did not do anything. Oh, we didn't write it correctly. Let's just go to computed. That's much easier. Transform matrix. Yeah, just like that. So it is slanted now to the right. Oh, I know what they did. They did the same thing with the text. It's inside of a span, and then that span has a transform. So hero, hero, text container, link, span, transform. Let's copy this value. Just like that. Let's go back. Well, then we need to add the span around the learn more. There we go, much better. Now there's obviously a margin bottom to that last subtitle. Text. Margin bottom, 30 pixels. There we go, much better. Let's add the max width to the link, excuse me, the button, which is in reality a link, but you see it as a button, just like that. There we go. So we're starting to see the website coming along. Our website, their website, you can see. Now let's make, so we are done with the hero section. Let's just make sure the header is on top of the heroes. The header is on top of the hero section. I want to look at this padding once more. This, excuse me, the background color. It's that one. So if we go back to the header, where is it? Yeah, we're using the same color. Okay. So position, fixed. There we go. Not forget to make this 100% width. Just like that. There we go. You can see that we need to add some padding to the hero section. Yeah, I think what they did, they just added a margin top to the image. How much margin? Margin top 100 pixels. So let's go down, back to the hero section. The second column image, margin top 100 pixels. There we go, much better. I think they did add some padding. Yeah, they added some padding. You can see how much padding did they add though. Well, they added some kind of padding or margin. So that's why in reality the text should be all the way up here to the more a little bit to the left, but it's not. They centered it even more. So what can we do for that is Am I missing something here? Margin left minus 12 pixels, margin right. Okay, let's try that. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. So the container of the hero section, let's start. Margin left. I don't usually use negative numbers at all. I'm not sure why people use them. What the heck just happened? So that did not work. Let's remove it, obviously. And what we can do instead is just add some padding to the container. So let's, I want you to see it here. Padding left, 12 pixels. Padding right, 12 pixels. It doesn't look like it's doing anything at all. Okay. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Margin left, margin right. Now it's not doing anything at all. And if we add it to the column, to each column, margin left 30 pixels, it does something there. And then margin right 30 pixels. That looks much similar now. Let's remove this. Well, there we go. Obviously, some things are a little bit different. For example, the fonts, the different, they're obviously using different font families. Right now, we're just going with Helvetica. This would look different if we've used another font family. Like for the navigation, what we can do is add some kind of font weight. Yeah, I think I forgot to add the font weight. 500 doesn't do anything. 600 looks better. So let's go back to the header. Font weight 600 looks more similar. For the yeah, what's going on is it's not matching the width of our example website because they're adding padding. You see that padding on the left? For each container, they're adding padding, padding right and padding left. Padding left, 12 pixels. So let's go all the way to the top. So for each element that has a class of container, we're going to add a padding left of 12 pixels and padding right of 12. What the 12 pixels? Let's refresh. Looks much more similar. So there we go. I think we're good now for these. I think what they did for the hero section is they added instead of justify content space between, they added center. That really doesn't do much. It looks like the text is more, this text area is more to the right than what we have over here. So what's going on is this big H1 heading is not working for us. There we go. About 66 pixels. 66 pixels is fine for the size of the heading. Let's add 66. There we go. It looks much better, much more similar. If we were to add the font families, then it would be much similar. Why don't we do that? For example, for the home, excuse me, for the navigation, what font family? It's Roboto. And then I think they use 3 different font families. what are they using for this one? It's Oswald, 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 Roboto. So as you can see, they're using two. So let's font family Google. So let's search for, or let's browse for the fonts in fonts.google.com. Oswald is one. We should really just select the ones that we need. So extra light, no. Light 300, no. Well, how do we do this? They keep changing the they keep changing the design of this website. Let's select another one. Roboto, we said. Let's embed all these like they show in the example. So let's go back to index.html, add them. Let's add them before the reset in our style sheet. And so it was Roboto for the links at the top, the header, navigation links, font family, Roboto. And Google also gives us, tells us how to use it the same way we're using it, just like I wrote. Then we have Oswald. Why don't they show it? For this one, how? Oh, there we go. For this one. Oh my God, what the heck is happening? They don't have the example, do they? Well, I know how to use it anyway. So for the subtitle, yeah, for the subtitle, for the H1. The first subtitle, let's add it here first. Font family, Oswald, sans serif. Copy it also for the first subtitle. There we go. Looks much, much similar to this. They just add a little bit of letter spacing, 2 pixels for subtitle. There we go. And then for the last subtitle, it was Roboto. And for the button, it was Oswald. Font family of Oswald. And then for the last subtitle, it was Roboto. There we go. So let's refresh, and it's much, much similar to our website. This one, they have a font weight of 500 for the, yeah, that's what we have. Looks like it's just a little bit more thick, the font weight that we added. Maybe if we add 400, I don't know if that's even possible. Looks like it. 300. There we go. I would say 400. It's fine. So there we go. Now we're done with the hero section. And you can see the header is now on top of the hero section. There is some spacing difference. You can see. I'm not totally sure why that is. It's just the way they're probably using Bootstrap. I'm pretty sure they're using Bootstrap. We are not, although we use a container, we're making rows, columns. For a later video, I'll let you know how to use Bootstrap. But that's it for this video. Stay tuned for part 3 where we're gonna work on this banner and this section and probably those two sections, and then we're gonna start making this website responsive. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video. See you later.